Eamonn O'Hara. Eamonn, comprehensive victory against the neighbours here in Gortletteragh. Your overall assessment of that match?
Listen, it was the proverbial tale of two halves, Ray. I think we were very, very good. We showed up in the first half and we were outstanding the first 12-15 minutes where we just blitzed them. Probably won the game in that period of time, and we probably cruised into the half-time break and in total control the game. But probably the second half, these games always take a life of their own when you're so far ahead. The nature of the beast is that teams sort of, the winning team sort of just becomes a little bit sloppy. But you have to give credit to Gortletteragh. They sort of outworked us in the second half and made it very, very difficult for us to get scores. They were much more disciplined, even though we had that breeze in the second half as well. So just disappointed in our second half performance, but just happy to get another result. It's 2-2. Other years that I've been here, we've had tough championship games early and struggled at periods. So to get two under your belt at this present moment, it's great.
Yeah, Eamonn, and of course the elements, you were playing against the elements in the first half, but the level of intensity and work rate you brought in the first 10-15 minutes, as you spoke about, and you really it was a tour de force from your teams, capitalising on every little mistake by the Gortletteragh.
Yeah, that was the plan. I think last week when we played Drumahir, we were very soft and slow at the start, and we had to give the lads a kick in the arse at half time, and today was the complete reverse of that. They just went at it, put the real squeeze on, and very, very happy with some of the scores that we kicked. We just didn't give them it's almost like we strangled them for long periods. But the game is 60 minutes. It won't be enough against a Carrick or a Ballinamore or a Fina. I think we need to sort of look at the bigger picture. But those games also take a life of their own as well, and they're much more intense. And as I said, today is just about getting the result, and we look forward to the next one.
And finally, Eamonn, how different has your approach been in 2024? You've come in as the champions. You played really well against St Bridget's, the ultimate, almost All-Ireland champions. You brought to that level, and a lot of people could argue on the day it could have gone a different way. You could have been, in a kind of final and all that. How different has your approach been coming in this year as champions, as opposed to last year when you so narrowly lost that game, a thriller as well, against Carrick in 2022?
I suppose the approach has been the same. It's all about just getting your base of work in. You're building on what you've done the previous year, and obviously there was an enthusiasm and a desire to sort of get back to another county final. And I think a lot of people forget that was last year was fourth county final in a row. For us to retain it this year, it'll be 5 in a row. So the resilience of the group has been unbelievable, in my opinion. It's been unfortunate that a lot of lads have probably stepped out of the group, and we're working with a less experienced group this year. And obviously with Keith and Jordan being away, we've had to start the championship very, very much thinner than what we would have compared to last year and the previous year. But I'm just happy with the lads that have stepped up. There's a lot of younger fellas there, and they've seen and got a good taste of league football, and I'm hoping that they'll sort of make an impact, and they probably would have if they hadn't gone away on holiday a week ago. So you just have to you don't want to punish them, but at the same time they have to realise that when championship comes, it's championship time, and everything else takes a back seat. So the approach hasn't changed, Ray. We're taking each game as it comes, and if it's Carrick or if it's Ballinamore next week or Fina, we'll just take it as that game on its merits, and we just have to perform on the day. And the goal is to get to a semi-final. That's what it is, and it was the same as last year.
Well done, Eamonn, and best luck for the remainder of the season.
Cheers, my friend. Good boy.
Thanks, Eamonn.